Are you ready to supercharge your brain and pass those exams? Today, we are diving into the world of effective study techniques. Yeah, while I was in university, I designed techniques that help me to study effectively, and that is actually what I want to share with you at this moment. Do you know that studying smart, not harder, is the key to academic success? In this video, you will learn proven strategy to boost memory retention, enhance focus, and maximize study efficiency. With my 1, 2, 3 reading strategy, you get to understand that learning is actually fun if you do it the right way. How did my 1, 2, 3 reading strategy work? You know, I had a very struggling experience while in primary school. Like throughout the primary school, I can't even remember whether I knew anything that I was taught. I can't remember because none of those things actually stick with me. And then when I got to secondary school, the whole negative experience continued until when I got to JSS2, before I got to understand that I could actually do well when I repeated JSS2, right? Yeah, so here's how my 1, 2, 3 reading strategy work. The first week of resuming every semester while in the university, I will make sure that I get all my reading textbook, the lecture note, the handout, or whatever material that is available for that course. I'll make sure I have all of them handy, and then I'll buy a specific notebook. Mostly I normally buy 40-leaf notebook, for each of the courses that I'm taking for that term or for that semester. Yeah. So what I will now do is that during that first 2 weeks or 3 weeks of resumption in a particular semester, I will ensure that I read through all my lecture notes and all the textbooks that are related to a particular course. As I'm reading that 40-leaf notebook that I bought for that particular course, I will be jotting down points. That first reading is not actually for understanding. I'm not reading to retain everything that I'm reading at that moment. I'm just trying to get all the salient points, all the concepts that makes that course. You get it? So as I'm reading, I'm extracting information into the 40-leaf note. As soon as I'm done with that, I move to the next course. I also read the extract, and pile them in different notebooks. And when I'm reading, I read with the mindset of the lecturer. That is one of the easiest way for you to understand what you are studying. Read as if you are the lecturer. Read as if you are the one speaking to your students. And as you are doing that, you will get to see interesting part of that lecture note, whereby you can ask questions. Like a lecturer, while going through your lecture note, you know, okay, let me ask my student to expatiate on this concept. So when you spot those silent points in your lecture note, you extract it into your own notebook. So I extract those stuff and then I keep them. And then possible questions, I also extract possible questions from all the courses. So in every courses, I extract like 80 to 100 possible questions. Now, when it is time for test, this is where the number 2 reading strategies are. When it is time for us to write a particular test, I'll go through those extracted information. I won't have to read through the main lecture notes again. I'll go through the extracted information. I will read through the possible questions that I've set for myself and the answers. And when I'm done with that, I'll go for my test. I will write that test. That is the second reading. Now, when it is time for the exam, I go through the extracted facts that are captured on my 40-leaf notebook, and then also glance through the main lecture notes. And finally, I will glance through the possible questions and answers that I've set for myself. And in doing that, I will have a holistic view of a particular course. So when I get into the examination hall, most of the time, 80% of those questions will come out. They might not necessarily come out in the exact way that I have them on my own jotter or on my own notebook, but there's going to be a correlation. And in that way, it helps me to be able to answer my questions effectively. And if it is a theoretical exam where I have to express myself, I might not necessarily have to say it verbatim, but I will have something to say because I'll be able to read through my lecture note 3 times before the exam time. So this was the effective learning strategy that I used while in the university, and this alone helped me to pass all my exams, pass all my tests, and also graduate with flying color. So imagine breezing through your exam with confidence, knowing that you have mastered the art of studying effectively and efficiently. So whether you are a visual learner or an auditory learner or a kinesthetic learner, you have something here for yourself. Now, you might be asking, what does it mean to be a visual learner? A visual learner is someone that learns by seeing. You understand? So you learn by, let's say you are watching a video, someone is explaining concept to you using infogram or using chart. You learn by those visual representation of whatever idea that is communicated to you. While an auditory learner is someone that can learn by just hearing. The person sits in the lecture hall, or in the classroom as the lecturer or the teacher is talking, the person understands the whole concept. The person might not necessarily have to go and read, the textbook word for word to understand the concept. But the visual learner can also read and understand. You get the point? A kinesthetic learner is someone that learns by practice and participation. The person needs to do something with his or her hands to understand what is being said. The person needs to be in the cadaver lab, to dissect the muzzle of the arm, to see the nerves, the vein, the arteries, to understand exactly what the lecturer is saying. The student needs to be in an open field, to plant the seedling. The student needs to practice what is being said and participate in that learning process to understand what is being taught. That is a kinesthetic learner. Irrespective of your own learning model or your own cone of learning, you need to understand that effective studying is very important. And if you think my 1, 2, 3 reading strategy is also cool for you, then you can also implement it for yourself. Yeah, I know you might be asking, how do I discover this 1, 2, 3 reading strategy? Yeah, I'm a Catholic. So when we go to church, we sit down to listen to the gospel. So you see first reading, second reading, and gospel reading, right? So there are 3 readings that are done before the homily, right? So that is where I got this concept from. So for the priest to be able to give an effective homily in every celebration, there should be 3 readings. So that was where I came up with my own strategy. So for me to have an effective understanding of any coursework, I should read through my lecture note 3 times. That is a strategy. So with these 3 times of reading circle, I got to understand every concept that is needed for me as far as that coursework is concerned. And this alone helped me to retain enough information that equipped me to write whatever exam that I come across. So, and it doesn't just end there. As you proceed with that learning journey, you keep understanding more of the concept. And the truth of the matter is that getting to understand the whole volume of information that is in your lecture note is not important, but knowing the exact information that is intended for you as far as that coursework is concerned is the most important thing. Absorbing voluminous information is not how to become a successful student, but understanding the concept of a particular information or of a particular coursework that you are doing for that semester is what is the most important factor for you to become a successful student and have a successful academic experience. So I believe this has helped you, and if you think this video is of value to you, make sure you share it with someone to watch and also implement what you have just learned.